Hi, this is the Massage Goddess again, and this is House Calls Part 3, How to Coordinate Spa Parties. Spa parties can be a load of fun, but you need to be organized, okay? So, let's say you have a friend who's getting married pretty soon, and the thought is to have a group of massage therapists come over and pamper her wedding party and maybe some of her friends and relatives. So, get your notebook out and let's take some notes on what you need to find out. First, you need to find out how many people are looking to receive massage, how long, example, 30 minutes or 1 hour. I would suggest keeping it to 30 minutes if it's a large party, and who is going to be responsible for payment. Sometimes the bride and groom might decide that they want to give this as a gift to certain members of their family and or their bridal party. At other times it's just something that everybody is going to pay for themselves. So what is the budget that we're working with? Once you have those two figures, and obviously you can determine how many therapists you need based on the amount of people and the timing of the session. You want to make sure the location is also going to allow for enough space for the amount of massage tables you need to bring. For example, let's say you're bringing 2 other massage therapists along with yourself. Where will the tables be set up? And is there enough adequate room around the table for you to work on the individuals? Will there be other things going on within, let's say it's at a house or an event hall, and what do you need to know about those parameters for noise, etc., and what is the party going to be willing to tolerate and accommodate? Okay, so now you figure out the time of the day that they want to do this, and then you set yourself a schedule. So if, for example, the 10 people maybe that you have want a half an hour session each, you've also got to give yourself a little change time in between, but not too much because you need to move through these a little bit faster than you would normally. Okay? What are you going to bring? You want to keep it simple, okay? Some people might say, oh, but I want wraps and salt scrubs and all these other luxurious things. Well, if that's the case, you also need to make sure that there's showers available and that there's other equipment available for cleanup and enough time to change over. And if that's the case, obviously, the more time, then your fees are going to get adjusted as well. So for example, I did a spa party not too long ago and brought 2 other therapists with me. And what we did is we divided the amount of people amongst the 3 of us. We took a half an hour at a time. Well, what do you cover in a half an hour? Keep it simple, okay? Most people just want to be nurtured a little bit, calm down, and relax. So let's say you start them in the supine position. You work their neck, shoulders, their face and their scalp, and maybe do a little bit of, foot massage or foot reflexology. That's about all you have for half an hour. If you try to do a whole body, it's just going to feel rushed and inadequate. So ask them what they would prefer. And in my experience, most people really like what I just described. But if they want, let's say, just a half an hour on their back and their neck, then put them in the prone position and spend the time doing that. But again, I do supine, shoulders, neck, the décolleté, the face, the scalp, and then I go down to the feet and give them a nice good foot massage, and they usually go floating out of the room. Remember, don't feel rushed when you're doing these sessions. Set your intention, pace yourself, and just bring that sense of calm and relaxation into those treatments. Move quickly in between your sessions, and then also, some people may decide that they want to tack in the tip in their price, where others want to just do a flat fee and wait to see if they get tipped. That is personally up to you. And if you're the coordinator, I would also tack in another 15% or maybe 20% for all your time in coordinating and setting things up with the other therapists. And also make sure that you tell these other therapists what you expect of them, because they're representing your business, obviously. So if you want them to dress a certain way, make sure you're clear on what they should wear. If you want them to do the same procedure that you're doing, then review that with them before the spa party and go over that with them. If you want them to use certain oils and lotions and not just bring any old thing, then make sure you also have that all available for them as well. Sometimes we might even be, bringing some little catered items with us if you feel like you want to organize that as well. And maybe the bride says, yeah, can you bring some snacks and maybe a cold cut platter or a vegetable platter, and the ones that are waiting can snack on that. Preferably, if the host doesn't mind supplying that themselves, it's easier on you. But if they would like to not have that headache and just have you bring all that, then obviously you need to get pricing on all those items. Make sure all your fees are covered. Get a deposit or full payment for any food that you might have to purchase. And make sure you're also charging again another 15% or so for your time involved to do your running around for all of that. So have fun at spa parties. Everybody loves them. Keep them simple. And if you have any other questions about a spa party, remember you can contact us, and I would do my best to provide the information to answer your questions most appropriately. And enjoy yourself today. Thank you for joining us.